Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. It is Friday, finally Friday, April the 26th. Please subscribe and like. Well, Paulina is out of the hospital and she's telling Abe she has got to get to work. Her first order of business is to have a meeting with her DA, Mr. EJ Demare. She gets on the phone and tells him, I want a meeting with you right now, ASAP. I mean now. He hightails it over there and she tells him she didn't like his apology to Tate. He didn't notify her office. She didn't. It looks like that he gave his brother a sweetheart deal, a drug dealer, and she's telling him he better shape up. And he gets right back in her face and says, "You were irresponsible. You infected workers, police officers, everybody. You know, people have been talking about replacing you." She took that as a threat, and it looked like it to me. Meanwhile, Eric has got a hold of this bone of these charges, and he is not going to let it go. He goes to the hotel, finds out the room being charged, goes up there and finds out there's Leo. And he walks in and he said, I thought Sloan was having an affair with somebody in this room, and now I see it's you. I know it's not true. But just before he got there, he was en route, and Sloan got a call from the DA's office, or no, from the prison, I think, saying that Dimitri was getting ready to be released. So she turned around and called Leo and said, Leo, I've got something important to tell you. It's so important, I'm going to come over there. She just hangs up the phone and goes over there. Then Eric comes in. So he knows Sloan is on the way, so he's trying to get Eric, out of the hotel room here. But no, Sloan come over and she's beating on the door, and Leo's yelling, "No, I don't need room service," or something. He was yelling something, and she just busted in when he tried to get rid of her. And they gave Eric some sob story that she felt sorry for him, so she's been paying his bills, helping him out, have money for food. She told Eric, he was homeless, he didn't have money for food, and she was just helping him get back on his feet. And he said, "You've been doing this for 6 months. This ends here, and this ends now." And they both said, "Well, of course it will." They were scrambling. Nicole went to apply for the reporter position at the Spectator, and even though she hadn't worked at a newspaper before, Chad decided he would give her the job, and she is so excited, except he told her she's not allowed to work on any stories pertaining to EJ. So EJ welcomes Johnny and Chanele home, and he ends up giving them a check for, I don't know how much money. It had a lot of zeros. Here is Nicole, and she's telling EJ about her new job. He's trying to get her to do her first story on Paulina and how she jeopardized, law enforcement and everyone around. She could have, someone could have gotten seriously hurt or even worse, died from her carelessness. But, Paulina told him in his meeting that she was going to save her daughter, and she didn't care. She wasn't going to back down on that and say she regretted it. Here they are when he gave her the check, and EJ also asked Johnny to come to Demare to work, but Johnny turned it down, and he's like, well, the offer's always open in case you change your mind. Later, Johnny and Chanele are looking for an apartment, and Chanele keeps saying how tired she is. She can't hardly stand up, and Johnny's like, are you all right? Well, you know what this is, don't you? She's having some kind of effects from that radioactive stuff, I guarantee it. And that's a wrap for Finally Friday. Thanks.